Hello guys, welcome back to AWM FX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. So today I'm gonna show you how you're gonna use a multiple time frame analysis. It might confuse you a bit from the start, but important is that you guys need to know the process very clearly. So first of all, let's assume that usually like what I did is that I always look at H4. I don't want to confuse myself so much. All right, I don't want to confuse myself so much. So I always use H4 because I only need to look at the chart maybe 3 to 4 times a day. All right, 3 times is around 12 hours. 4 times is around 16 hours. All right. So let's not, this is not the maths lesson. So let's look at it. So first of all, at one glance, a lot of you do not know what is this setup. Okay, for me, this is an obvious QML setup, right? Because you need to look at it, you must be clear, all right? How should I say that? Practice make perfect. I won't say perfect. I'll say practice make your eyes sharper. So if you look at it, it is a very obvious the price is going uphill, right? Uptrend, and then suddenly there's a drop. So let's switch it to H1 for you to look at it clearly. All right. Uphill, drop, higher low, higher low, higher high. Ultimate drop that broke 2 structure level. 1 structure level broken, right, over here. The other structure level broken over here. So this is a very nice QML setup, okay, because it represents that it will go very far. So what happens is that we must label our QML. So it does not matter where you label your QML because for me, my trading attitude, for me myself, QML is nothing. I would say QML does not serve its purpose. QML for me is just a signal telling me the trend is reversing, right? Remember, this QML is telling you the trend is reversing. That's all. End of the story. All right, end of the story. So what is the important thing? Ask yourself. For me, if you guys follow me for few videos, you'll know I always look for MPL, right? MPL. So MPL is a place where there is a rejection from the top and the bottom. Right, let me give you a guideline over here. So let's assume this is my MPL, right? So what I will be looking for is that I will look for rejection from the bottom, and then also rejection from the top. All right, and also rejection from the bottom again. So in another sense, this is something that I call it, in another sense, this is something I call it as a SSR2, significant support and resistance. All right, so what happened is that we always go into different time frame to look for a details SSR MPL. All right, so come back to this example. So this is H1. So at one glance, we cannot really recognize the QML. You might put a horizontal line, place it at the place where there is a rejection from the top and the bottom. Not very clear, right? Not very clear. Maybe here, still not very clear. It might, you might get this zone as your entry. All right, you might get this zone as your entry. It does not matter. So the stop loss will be around 7 pips. Why not? Right? 7 pips. Why not? So what happens is that, like I told you, you have to go into multiple time frame. Okay, so you switch it to small time frame, 30 minutes. All right, 30 minutes, it will be very clear. So 30 minutes, we have another MPL. Let me place the horizontal line. All right, let me place this horizontal line over here. and then I put it in different color, maybe blue color, right? So if you look at it properly, which line represent a more significant, this one maybe I'll put it lower, which line represent a more significant support and resistance over here, okay? Which one have more rejection from the top and the bottom, the red line or the blue line? All right, so obviously it is the blue line. You can see that there is a lot of long wick. Okay, my definition of rejection is that there is a lot of long wick reject from that area. You see, from the top, from the bottom, right? And then from the bottom, and then from the top again. You can see that this line is very obvious, is something very important. All right, this line is something very important. So over here, after that, we get our MPL. What we'll do is that we have to find our fresh supply zone above the MPL. All right, so let me get this line away. Fresh supply zone above MPL for a sell. So if you're doing the opposite way, you have to do it. You have to find the fresh demand zone below the MPL. All right, so what happens is that, of course, we have our zone over here. Nicely done, we have a zone. Stop loss is around 6 pips. 6. All right, so are you satisfied with this zone? All right, are you satisfied with this zone? If not, maybe I will say that you can go into small time frame and look for even more detail. All right, over here. Wow, nicely done. So you can see that this zone is actually very, very how to say, very nice, because even in small time frame there is a fresh demand, fresh supply zone over here. So if you look at it properly, when I switch it to small time frame, along this line, is there any more fresh supply zone? All right, consume, no, the only one. All right, so that along here only there is one consume, means that this is not fresh anymore, and this is the only one. So means that this will be likely my entry zone. All right, entry zone, and then 6 pips. It depends on you. For me, Euro JPY, usually I'll go higher a bit due to the spread. Maybe I'll put it around, let's assume, maybe around 9 pips. If 9 pips is a lot, then I'll advise you better don't trade. So this will be my entry zone. All right, hopefully this video will help you guys. Then what happened? The price dropped. Let's switch to H1 again. The price dropped, and then now what is the price doing? The price is moving one candle at a time, slowly climbing upwards. So this movement over here is what we identified as a compression. All right, compression, and we have it short form as CP, compression. Then we'll monitor what the price is going to do. All right, nicely done. Then this is even better. This movement over here, all right, this movement over here, can you see that there is a lot of rejection? This is what we call it as a fake out. All right, fake out. This one maybe is R1, R2. R is resistance, right? Just to let you guys know, S is for support. So this is a lot of R1, R2, R3, a lot of resistance, and this is the bonus of this video. If you see a movement like this, compression plus fake out, we call this movement CPLQ, because the compression is looking for more liquidity. this is compression plus liquidity fake out. All right, means that the price, once it reach our zone, entry zone, very likely it will drop like a brick, or maybe sometimes it will comes to this area, it will drop, and then it will goes back up, we test again before the big drop. Reason is that there is always a last zone left. There is always a last zone left. Right, if you look at it, let's look at small time frame. Yes, there is always a last zone left. It will be here. There's always a zone. Okay, we test, go back up, and then fall. Right, so let's see what happened next. All right, the price did not react much. You just make a, it's going, it was making a small candle over here. So will it be going down all the way at least to this area, to this low, or maybe to this low, to this area? Take note of this. This is a very dangerous zone, right? So anyway, it does not matter. You want to have a very, very nice risk reward. Very, very nice risk reward. Right, even to this area 3 times, or maybe like what I said, 8.5 or 10 times. All right, so this is how you use multiple time frame to analyze your chart, your entry. All right, always look for MPL, maximum pain level, or in short form is called the significant support resistance. Where there is a lot of rejection, we look for it from the top and the bottom. Then after that, look for the fresh zone. Remember, fresh zone, supply zone or demand zone. All right, so hopefully you guys learn a few tricks or tips about multi-time frame analysis, QML, advanced supply and demand. So hope you guys enjoy this video. So see you guys next time. Bye.